Environment by Rabindranath Tagore. One great advantage which I enjoyed in my younger days was the literary and artistic atmosphere which pervaded our house. I remember how, when I was quite a child, I would be leaning against the veranda railings which overlooked the detached building comprising the reception rooms. These rooms would be lighted up every evening. Splendid carriages would draw up under the portico, and visitors would be constantly coming and going. What was happening, I could not very well make out, but I would keep staring at the rows of lighted casements from my place in the darkness. The intervening space was not great, but the gulf between my infant world and these lights was immense. My elder cousin, Ganendra, had just got a drama written by Pandit and was having it staged in the house. His enthusiasm for literature and the fine arts knew no bounds. He was the center of the group, who seemed to have been almost consciously striving to bring about from every side the Renaissance which we see today. A pronounced nationalism in dress, literature, music, art and drama had awakened in and around him. He was a keen student of the history of different countries and had begun but could not complete a historical work in Bengali. He had translated and published the Sanskrit drama Vikram Morvashi, and many a well-known hymn is his composition. I was still a child when my cousin Ganendra died in the prime of his youth. But for those who have once beheld him, it is impossible to forget his handsome, tall, and stately figure. He had an irresistible social influence. He could draw men round him and keep them bound to him. While his powerful attraction was there, disruption was out of the question. He was one of those, a type peculiar to our country, who, by their personal magnetism, easily established themselves in the center of their family or village. I remember, still better, his younger brother, my cousin Gunendra. He likewise kept the house filled with his personality. His large, gracious heart embraced alike relatives, friends, guests, and dependents. Whether in his broad south veranda, or on the lawn by the fountain, or at the tank edge on the fishing platform, he presided over self-invited gatherings. Like hospitality incarnate, his wide appreciation of art and talent kept him constantly radiant with enthusiasm. New ideas of festivity or frolic, theatricals, or other entertainments found in him a ready patron, and with his help would flourish and find fruition. We were too young then to take any part in these doings, but the waves of merriment and life to which they gave rise came and beat at the doors of our curiosity. I remember how a burlesque composed by my eldest brother was once being rehearsed in my cousin's big drawing room. From our place, against the veranda railings of our house, we could hear, through the open windows opposite, roars of laughter mixed with the strains of a comic song. We could not gather exactly what the song was about, but lived in hopes of being able to find that out sometime. I recall how a trifling circumstance earned for me the special regard of cousin Gunendra. Never had I got a prize at school, except once for good conduct. Of the three of us, my nephew Satya was the best at his lessons. He once did well at some examination and was awarded a prize. As we came home, I jumped off the carriage to give the great news to my cousin, who was in the garden. "Satya has got a prize!" I shouted as I ran to him. He drew me to his knees with a smile. "And have you not got a prize?" he asked. "No," said I. "Not I. It's Satya." My genuine pleasure at Satya's success seemed to touch my cousin particularly. He turned to his friends and remarked on it as a very creditable trait. I well remember how mystified I felt at this, for I had not thought of my feelings in that light. This prize that I got for not getting a prize did not do me good. There is no harm in making gifts to children, but they should not be rewards. It is not healthy for youngsters to be made self-conscious.